Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 3. In the last episode we finished off at chapters 2 and 3 of our season journey, so we've got 4 bits of the Firebird set. Overall, pretty happy about that. We're going to up the difficulty, because it wasn't massively challenging at Torment 1. We're going to have it on Torment 2. And what I think we're going to do is we're going to run some rifts. We're going to start building up our legendary gems. So let's jump straight in with this. And hopefully, build up our gear as well a little bit. Now, we have 316 blood shards. So at this point, we've got a couple of options. We could go after belts and try and get Herbash's binding. That's probably a very sensible option. We can go after boots because Nilfhe's boast is something that we need as well. Or we could go after swords and try and get Rimeheart. That will cost us a ton and take us a very long time. So I'm thinking belts at the moment is the best way we can move forwards.
See you soon.
And with 300 shards, there's always a small chance it's going to work out in your favour, but this time, unfortunately, it didn't. So let's salvage these up and jump into a rift. Now we do have a rift keystone. But I want to test to see what things are like at Torment 2. So let's just run into a regular rift first. And we'll see how it feels. It feels alright. Admittedly, they're like tiny little things. We also need the Ancient Path and Defenders, the Halo of Arles. There's a whole bunch more stuff we could do to improve this build. And then once we've done all that, we need the bits that will turn our build into a Rimeheart build. If you're interested in the particular plans for the builds, you'll be able to find them in the description below. Man, I love being able to actually set stuff on fire and then just having it, like, burn to death. It's so cool. And in theory, once we set stuff on fire, we could just move on past it, but I'm taking it just a little bit carefully to start off with, at least. Trying not to be too reckless, although, hello, he's burning. Okay, what can we do to improve that? We'll just keep pummeling him. This is going to sort out our money for quite a while. Right, he is dead, so we'll just kill everything else. It's only 1.2 million, we're only on Torment 2, but it's still... Well, sorry, 1.4 million. It's still a lot of money that we didn't have a moment ago. Now, if we want to ensure something gets burned, we can manually trigger Meteor and Black Hole just to make sure that happens. But generally, it will take care of itself as part of the Etched Sigil via Arcane Torrent. And we've got two cheap death skills. We've got the inbuilt one for the wizard, and in fact, let's just teleport on through. And then we've got the one from Firebird itself. So I'm not worried about us dying. Mostly I'm concerned about our potential kill speed and overstepping what's healthy. Right, let's put that point in over there. Now, the more gear we find and the more death threats we find, the better stuff we can put in Kanai's cube. Ooh, another goblin. Alright. I see you over there, mate. Did he go up here? No, he didn't. Where did he go? Aha, down there. Now, him teleporting out of visibility does put out the fire. But he's going to die anyway before it becomes a problem. And we get a ring out of that. Let's get this guy killed and we can see what wonderful, wonderful loot we've found. Man, I love this game. It's another Broken Promises. Well, given we've actually got that in the cube, that's hilarious, but entirely useless for us. I don't think it's even Well, actually, no, it would be slightly more useful for you, so you can wear that. We still need to gear up Cormac. In fact, having that extra money will probably help us do that. I don't know precisely what build I want him to have. I've not pre-planned anything specific. But there are a couple of good options. There we go. Another one's gone, and another death breath for us. Up to 32%. This is actually going all right. Obviously, it's not the fastest run we've ever done through a rift, but we are still kind of finding our feet. And we don't have an amazing weapon yet. We do need to find Death Wish for both this and the other build. That will improve our damage while channeling. It doesn't just improve the damage of Arcane Torrent while channeling, it improves all damage. So if something's burning to death and we're channeling, then the burning damage will increase. And that's kind of the idea behind this whole build, is to stack those multiples up as high as we can get them. Come on, one more. There we go. Let's grab that Imperial Ruby. It's so funny when Black Hole pulls things around like that. Now, one thing I will say about this build is it is a little bit easy mode. My playstyle at the moment consists of holding right mouse button when I'm attacking, moving around with the left, and periodically, if I want to move faster, I will teleport. Those are the only keys I need in this particular build. Because we've got Illusionist on... in fact, I need to double check my passive skills. Yeah, we do have it on. Yeah, because we've got Illusionist on, if we get hit by anything that would do 15% of our health before any damage reduction, so pretty much every time anything hits us, it resets the cooldown on teleport, so we can just keep moving around. We could just be like, ba-dam, 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 ba-dam. Something hits us and it's back again. So being able to get out of trouble is not really going to be a concern for us. Let's go down here and say hello to this guy. Hello. Generally speaking, if it's attacking us, and, you know, there's a chance of it hitting us, then we can get away from it. Eventually we might move Illusionist off, but I think it's going to be a very good utility for us. And I've not played with it before, so I'm very eager to give it a proper innings this season. Right, what have we got up here? We got some random other mobs. They're burning to death. Let's go over here. And some more up here as well. Cool. Oi, not so keen on that whole charging me thing you're doing. Let's not have that again, please. Yeah, I suspect swapping Black Hole over for the fire-based Blizzard, Apocalypse or whatever it's called, would get things burning faster. But the utility of Black Hole just can't really be ignored. Yeah, actually having stuff pulled into an area and then concentrated for where the Arcane Torrent hits, it is so useful. Yay, Garrigan 20. Alright, let's grab some more of these. Yeah, we're making very, very good progress. As I said before, not on time, but just on survivability, I'm very happy with our performance. And of course it stops those mobs from charging in on us, which is hilarious as well. Right, it looks like we've got this dude down here. Right, he's burning. So let's not be up there for a moment. Get some of his friends cleared out. Grab that death breath and... Fine. We'll walk if we have to. Oh yeah, nice big cluster of mobs. Ooh, that was painful. We didn't trigger a death. We didn't trigger our meteor. But yeah, that could have been quite nasty. Let's not do that again. We do still have Moonlight Ward blowing things up around us. That's going to get less useful as time goes on. We'll probably want to swap it for a Hellfire Amulet with Blur on it. Yeah, nasty giant mobs that can one-shot us by charging us. Not so keen on them. But being able to teleport away from them is very, very useful. I think there's probably enough survivability in this build that even I'll struggle to die with it. Alright, he is bleeding to death already, so we don't even need to worry about it. You know, just keep the damage on him where we can, play keep away a little bit, maybe kill his friends. I don't know. It's like, what are you guys in the mood for? You know, a little bit of murder? Yeah, I think that seems quite reasonable. Also, the fire means that even when he vanishes, we can tell where he's going to be. Because the fire reappears ever so slightly before the actual model of him. 378 million. I remember when 1 million life was dangerous for us to go up against. We got another Death Breath out of that. And we are heading back to town. Right. Let's actually reset these. We're going to put these in resource cost reduction. We're going to try and mitigate as much as possible the cost of Arcane Torrent for the moment. At least until we get Hurgbash's Binding. And do we want any of these? Probably not. Do you want any of these? Maybe. It's a little bit of extra damage, but you're still going to die. That'd be better though. That'll keep you alive as well. And I don't know how this is going to affect it. 1648 and 6731. Well, it's more survivability but less damage, so not keen on that. Put that in movement speed. Right, let's salvage up these. I don't think we're going to use any of them at this point in time. And we'll drop our gems off. Now, at the moment, we've only got 2 gems in our kit. Obviously, as we upgrade our kit, that's going to change. So we'll want to be saving as many topazes as we can. Saving the others is also worthwhile. We can change them across to topazes later. But for the moment, I think we'll just leave them where they are. And we'll go and get our first legendary gem. So, Torment 2, which is what we're on, is a level 13. Let's, yeah, start off with level 15 rifts. Gotta remember to pop our standard protection things. That's both magic weapon for the extra fire and crystallized ice armor for extra defense. We want nice clusters of mobs and blue mobs. Perfect. Not so keen on the fire chains though. Like, you guys can totally leave the fire chains out. Thought that puts us quite nicely ahead of everything. Alright, let's move on. Now, normally when running rifts, I like to be about double the time limit to ensure that I'm not overstepping my bounds. It's maybe not the best metric for guiding it, but in hardcore, you really don't want to lose your character and lose everything that you put in for it. And it's so easy to make one mistake and lose everything that you've done, for want of a better way of putting it. This is not where we need to be going. So let's head down here and round this way. Okay, move on to level 2. If we focus on the elite packs, we will probably get through it a bit faster. But eventually, we're going to want to be setting everything on fire anyway. At which point, we might swap over for the Blizzard rune, as opposed to the black hole one. There's going to be a lot of experimentation to see what works at any rate. It's been so the last time I did a Firebird build, it was back when the set was very different. And every time things change, you have to reevaluate your strategy. In fact, all the items have changed since then as well, so unless you keep perfectly up to date and keep practicing, I don't have time for that. I mean, as a casual gamer, I get a stolen half hour here, stolen half hour there, and that's about what I can expect to manage in these kind of situations. Well, this is not where I needed to be going. Let's head back around. We'll refresh our buffs just to make sure they don't expire if I get locked in combat for a very long period of time. Still getting reasonable damage output from the Poison Nova. A little bit surprising, but still very welcome. It's certainly not at the level it has been while we've been leveling up, but you know, every little helps. And if you can get close enough to a large group of mobs, it does do reasonable damage. And speaking of reasonable damage, let's get some very overkill damage in on these guys. Oh man, they're going to explode. Alright. In fact, can we go up this way? I don't think so, but it's worth double checking while we're in the area. So we're going to have to go back round and down this way. So we're still doubling our time, which is good. That means we're about on par for where I want to be. Oh, hello, nice cluster. I mean, painful cluster, but lovely to see them, of course. When we get the Halo of Arlis, we'll be releasing Frost Novas every time that happens. And then with the Ancient Path and Defenders, that will increase our damage reduction as everything gets frozen near us. Yeah, not so keen on Nightmarish making me run around in the middle of that cold blast. We'll put that under the not cool category. Hey. Once more they are taken care of. Alright. Back it up a little bit. Yeah. I'm taking lots of melee damage. I do miss my string of ears. But a lot of that melee damage is just because we've put it up to Torment 2. And we've effectively jumped like 3 difficulty levels in half an hour. It's a big change to adapt to. Let's kill them from over here now. Wow, he actually like went way far. I'm ragdolling aside, that was pretty epic to see. I actually thought he was just getting knocked back by something rather than being killed, but let's grab that shield pylon. Let's hurry on until we find a nice cluster. Oh, this'll do. Hello. I'm here to talk about our Lord and Savior, the Firebird. Jobs a gunnin'. Similar up here. And we can just run straight through that. There we go, this is a nice one. This should probably be enough. Oh no, not quite. It's going to take us up to like 98. It's close though. Very close. 99. Let's get that Rift Guardian out, see what they've got to show us. Up this way. Alright, well let's put that point into resist all. Oh, hello Ember. It's a good time for us to be buffing our resists. So much as the Crusader King, we're not massively worried about this. I will start dodging out now that we're not getting quite as many hits on him at the same time due to low resources. But just so we don't die by accident. And we get a potion. Awesome. And Bane of the Powerful. We knew we were going to get Bane of the Powerful. It's always the first one you get. But the potion is kind of cool. What kind of potion is it? It is... increase healing from all sources by 23%. Well, it's reasonable, I'd say. I'm certainly not going to complain about it. Yes, Urshi, you are wonderful. Let's upgrade this Bane of the Powerful. And we'll probably stick with Bane of the Powerful until... let's head back to town. Until we start finding the ones that we want for our main build. A little bit of movement speed, a little bit of resource cost reduction. And Kadala, give us a couple of belts, please. Gold wrap, we've already got one. It's increasing damage, potentially, but not that much use for us. So let's just salvage that up. Right, actually, have a quick check. We've got 18 Death Breaths. Not quite enough to start upgrading swords, and that's what we're going to start spending our Death Breaths on, really. Unless we find something amazing that needs to go in the cube, it's going to be on upgrading swords. We'll carry on at level 15 just for the moment. And we'll empower another one. This is spending all our money again, of course. But it means that our gems are going to get off to a good start. Oh, jeez. Nope. Nope. And this is why Illusionist is great. I mean, if you get in a situation like that, you can just be like, hell no. Yeah, with the Orbiter and everything else appearing on us, that was just nope. Did not want to be in the middle of that at all. Look at this. Nasty, nasty place. I mean, I was very reckless just charging on through that door. I should have waited. I should have checked if it was safe, killed the things before moving on, etc, etc. But it's not how I play. I play recklessly and foolishly. If you play like me, you'll probably end up dying. So do bear that in mind. But I'm okay with that. And this is also why we have a spare character being leveled in co-op. Just in case. It's always useful having a spare ready to go. Alright, we're going to have to wait a little bit for that. Now, while we were ahead on the time, because we've not found any more special mobs, we kind of lost... Ah, there we go, there's some. Let's clear this area out, start them burning. And yeah, we're not going to want to stand right in the middle when they blow up. That just seems like a bad idea. Grab this, grab these. It's all so hectic, I love it. And the mobs that you face can really change your experience of a rift. I do quite enjoy the cathedral though. I think it's a nice tile set to be working with. Ah, you're stuck on the other side, you can't get through. Oh, actually no, you can. Ignore my perception of the situation. Obviously it was flawed. Don't ignore my meteors and stuff that are coming from the sky. You know, pay attention to them. Ensure you die properly. This thing had so many dodges crop up just then. What do we got? We've got Power Pylon. That'll help us move on quickly. There we go. Take full advantage of the excessive damage that we're doing. While the pylon's in place, kill everything. And after all, that is what they're there for, isn't it? It has, of course, expired now, but, you know, while it was there. The other thing is I could have put the gem into some of my gear, but that would have taken re-rolling sockets, and I'm not quite ready to do that yet. Further increase our damage it would, and potentially speed up our run. I don't know, I'll see how it goes at the end of this one.
Didn't see that coming, did you? Not ready yet.
Come on, just kill it. There we go. I was just thinking that there's like no health left on it. What the hell's it doing? It's just standing there enjoying itself. Can't be having that, not in my rift. I also love it in here because there's so much ambient stuff to destroy. You end up with so many resources. You just murder everything because you never run out. This is what it's going to be like with Herb Dash's Binding. Rather than double resource generation, we'll have 65% resource reduction, which means I'll be able to start popping the extra skills. Get extra double meteors in there and black holes and stuff. Come on, open the door. It would have been much better if that black hole had appeared on top of this guy. But he's burning to death now, so I don't care too much anyway. Nightmarish reflects damage. Obviously that Frost Pulse and Desecrator. Okay, that's what he's got. And quite frankly, not impressed. Totally not impressed. Ooh, Conduit Pylon. Hello, baby. Now, we're still not quite doing enough damage with the Conduit Pylon to just murder everything. But we do a fair amount, so, you know, it all helps us take these mobs on. There we go. And it looks like there's a good number of mobs over here. Ah, I got stuck on the wall. I hate when that happens so much. Get them killed down here as well. I'm just hammering that meteor button while I've got those resources coming in. They're not going to last forever after all. Right, and on that, they're gone. But the choker is looking pretty bad. Probably should have teleported out of that, but I didn't feel like I needed to. Looks like we've got a sword and Bane of the Stricken. Cool, I like Bane of the Stricken.
I'm here to help.
Which sword did we get? That's the Shard of Hate, isn't it? I think. Yeah, that's about as rare as Rimeheart, which is hilarious because we want Rimeheart rather than this. Also, fire skills don't trigger anything, which is even more hilarious. Right, so Bane of the Stricken. Let's get that upgraded. It does have a nice amount of life on hit. We lose toughness, but we'll increase damage and everything else. I think that's worth us using, actually. Put that point into attack speed. And we can afford 3 more belts, so let's give that a go.
I can't afford that.
Well, it was worth a try. We'll put these points into resource cost reduction and resist all. We're going to run resist all the way up to the top before we move on to anything else. Salvage. Repair all of our stuff. Okay. So, what do we want to do? Do we want to regenerate 375 life per second? Yeah, let's... 243% weapon damage isn't much. Let's go to Shen and we'll make ourselves a new amulet. Hey Shen, forge us a sovereign amulet, please. That'll do. Miriam, would you be so kind as to swap the resist all on this for a socket? Come on, just give me a socket. Doesn't need to be much. Socket to me. We've got plenty of money, so I can just keep doing this, but this is so we can take advantage of that. In fact, we'll probably do the same with our other ring down there, so we can take advantage of the legendary gems. We're out of money. Balls! There goes that idea. All right. Well, we'll make ourselves a ring. We can actually make a ton of rings. That's pants. That's got a socket in. We'll lose a bit of damage that way, or we'll lose more damage the other way. Because it's got vitality on it. That's not too brilliant. It's not too terrible either. Just give me one with intelligence on it, please. No. Man, it is not liking giving us intelligence-based rings. Maybe they can't roll with it to start off with. Yeah, they can. Good. We can't re-roll it to have a socket, though. So, do we ditch this and go for 2 rings with things? Probably not, actually. Let's make ourselves another amulet, just in case we get one with the socket. That's a no. This is not looking good for us. That's a no. Or one that increases our fire damage would be nice. And that's a no as well. Jeez. What terrible rolling. Terrible rolling. Arcane skills, cold skills, and just flat across the board. I mean, this one could do blind on hit, but at the moment we've got duration controlling effects reduced, extra damage. I'm happy with what we've got. Let's salvage these up. What a complete waste of resources and money. Okay, well, the Moonlight Ward can potentially go into the cube, so let's put that over here. These are going to have to wait until we can actually, you know, use them. So let's run in for one more regular rift to finish out the session. We'll try and get some more death breaths. Maybe we'll get to upgrade a sword and try for Rimeheart. Now, it should take 325-ish death breaths to be able to get it, if I remember rightly. So I'm totally not expecting to get it the first time. Quit it with the fire on me. Quit it with the cold on me. You look, quit it with everything. Like, you are the worst bad guy. He's like, oh, I heard you were going for fire and ice, so I thought I would give you some fire and ice. No, I'm doing the fire and ice. You're dying. That's my plan. Don't want any of your stuff. I'll take that protection shrine though. And whatever this one is down here. What's this? Frenzy shrine? Yeah, sure. Let's go super frenzy. Yeah! That's what we're like.
Still waiting.
You hear that? We are still waiting. Just for cooldowns, of course. Not for anything else. Let's manually proc all 3 of these, just to ensure this pack burns down quickly. Yeah, it'll be very different when we get Hurgmash's binding. It's like everyone wants to put fire on me. It's totally not what I had planned today. One gone. The others should go very quickly. Now, I wonder, with the Shard of Hate... It's like the worst thing that we could have. I think only the Poison Nova has a chance of triggering a skill. Triggering the effect. And that would... No, because the Poison Nova is a proc, and procs can't proc procs. Yep, you heard that right. Procs can't proc procs. So if you've got something that triggers an effect like that, it can't activate another effect when it goes off. So no chaining abilities together. Well, I say abilities, they're not abilities. No chaining secondary effects. And that's an important thing because the same applies for damage over time effects. So, the Firebird's burning damage over time will not trigger Rimeheart. The only way I can get Rimeheart to trigger, if I get it, is by actually using a skill. I mean, our Rimeheart challenge is to do a Legacy of Nightmares one, so I wouldn't have the Firebird burning thing anyway. But the magic weapon burn, for instance, that will never trigger Rimeheart. So only active damage over time will work. Alright, that's another couple of death breaths that we've got. Let's get this big guy gone. And then we'll just pause for a second to put that Garrigan point in. Alright, that's close enough. He's going to die. That goes into movement speed. I do like the graveyard. It's quite well laid out. Good number of mobs in here. Yeah, if you're not geared up properly, then it would feel a very intimidating and slow-moving place. But if you've got the right stuff, then you'll be like, yeah, love it. It's like a veritable holiday of death. So yeah, kick back. Enjoy it with some skeletons. That's what I say. And hope that you're killing things faster than they're killing you. Alright, there's some more blues down there. Let's wait for a little bit of arcane power before we engage them. Ooh, set gloves. Alright, we're gonna have a look. Hey, these could be better than our current ones. Don't you dare. Dag, damn it. You know what? We'll kill it first and then we'll ID him. We're not in a rush. So let's see what we're gonna get. More toughness. Significantly less damage. Yeah. I mean, I'd want to re-roll that regen's life on that. But it is a much, much better one than we have. So let's wear it now, and we'll remember to re-roll it. I think that's the right thing to do. And after this episode, I think I'm going to look at my grand master plan and see if I can figure out precisely which stats I want on a perfect one. If you've got any opinions, then do feel free to leave a comment, or if you're on the Discord channel, drop me a message. But otherwise, I think it's going to be maximum damage. Well, it's almost always maximum damage, but with the gloves specifically, I think they are well suited for it. Yeah, drag them around with the black hole. And we will get more of these. We're up to 69%, so pretty good progress. Oh, geez, that is terrible. Let's teleport just over this way for a moment. I'm still getting charged around by stuff, but we're pretty solid on our survivability. Yeah, knockback, that's what's causing it. Everything was just making me go bang all over the place. Invigorating gemstone, we're going to have to go for it, because otherwise that is going to annoy me something chronic for the entire season. I do find it funny that the way we're playing, we're already kind of playing like we're going to be playing with our proper gear, you know, getting right into the thick of it all. And we have been since the start of the game, actually, thinking about it. Let's just back out of that, because we don't need to be standing in it. I don't know whether to be thankful about that or annoyed. I'm thankful because, you know, don't like dying. Annoyed because I don't like being moved around. That one just annoyed me. Right. So that was 2 yellows and a pack of blues that we took on at the same time. I think we did alright there. Let's take on the Rift Guardian. It's the Crusader King again. Well, don't want this guy messing up the party, so let's get him gone first. Now we can focus on the big dude. one manual black hole in there just to ensure that everything was pulled nice and closely together. And he's gone. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Just kill this last guy and we'll head back and we'll hand this in. In fact, let's open a chest while we're here. Yeah, a little bit of extra gold. When we're poor like we were, it all helps. Okay, so we've only got one Garrigan point to put in. We'll put that in there. I think, once again, we're just going to salvage up most of these. Man, two-handed weapons do so much damage. We will, of course, double-check them just in case. This is better for you, so you can have that. I don't think we're going to give you any of the weapons or anything. Certainly not going to give you the Enchantress's focus. So let's salvage these up. Okay, how are we doing for Death's Best? We've got 25, so we can do our first sword. Our first sword. Upgrade rare item. Here we go. And we got Monster Hunter. Man, that is... Aye. So, it's better than we have at the moment. We don't get the life on hit that we got, but it's hilarious. Hilarious because we found so many Monster Hunters beforehand. You may as well take this. I mean, I don't care about your survivability, you know, stick them with that instead. And we will salvage up this old weapon. Okay, well, one last thing we can do is we can ask for 2 belts. We might get lucky. So, give me belts, or give me nothing. It looks like we get nothing from Kadala. And on that note, I think that is a point when I'm going to have to finish this episode off. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed this. We are, of course, still trying to build up our legendary gems, and we're going to be trying to get some socketed items and round out our build nicely. But there's still a lot more that we have to do. If you are enjoying these videos, then be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you can do so using a link in front of you now. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for some more Diablo 3. I'll see you soon.